club motto with me. For better listening,
For better listening,
for better thinking,
For
for
better
better thinking,
for better thinking,
for better speaking.
for
for
better
better
speaking.
speaking.
We learn by
better
doing.
speaking.
We
We
learn
learn
by
by
doing.
doing.
We learn by doing.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, I'm personally excited for this meeting because it is our regular meeting, and to be very honest, very exciting because it contains all the three segments: table topics, and prepared speeches, and evaluation. So, are you guys excited for the meeting?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm glad. So now I would hand over the meeting to our today's presiding officer for the meeting, Toastmaster Amar Ahmed, and he will proceed the meeting further. So please welcome with a huge round of applause, Toastmaster Amar Ahmed.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sajid Anam, Toastmaster Masoud. Thank you very much for the introduction and the energetic start of the meeting. Dear Toastmasters and distinguished guests, I welcome you all to another meeting, exciting meeting of Islamabad Toastmasters Club. This meeting is very important because we have a wonderful educational session planned, and it's the 703rd meeting of Islamabad Toastmasters Club. And today's theme is very interesting as well. It is humor. Well, I was reading about this this particular form of humor. So it is very interesting that human beings have developed especially this laughter and usage of humor in their speech. And it is very interesting to know that it has so many benefits for our human beings. It increases our cardiovascular health, and it helps let go of emotional steam as well and lighten the situation. If I may share a short that in office, whenever there is some joke and everybody laughs, so it relieves the tension of the environment, and it helps understand the problems better. So it is very important in our lives, and I do not attempt to make you laugh because I know it will fall flat because I am not good at humor. But I leave it to the trainer today we have with us all the way from Sri Lanka, and she is a wonderful trainer. And we have the Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Jawwad, to shed some light. So without further delay, if I may take some introductions from the guests who have joined us today, then I'll hand over the meeting. So Toastmaster Maz, if you can unmute and please introduce yourself, if you are available. I think he is not available currently. Toastmaster Saad Shoaib, if you can please introduce yourself.
Yes, sure. Thank you very much. I'm my name is Toastmaster Saad Shoaib. I'm a member of two Toastmaster clubs, and I'm also the area director. So that's my brief introduction.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shad. Moving on to our guest, Kesra Zubair. If she's listening, please introduce yourself to our club. Walaikum salam.
Masaud Zubair, and I'm an undergrad student at Qaid-e-Azam University, Islamabad. I'm doing my BS in Environmental Sciences.
Right.
And I'm from Peshawar.
Thank you so much for joining our club today. We welcome you. Then I may take an introduction from Toastmaster Muhammad Umar. Please introduce her.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum Assalam.
I'm Omar Farooq, and currently working as Chief Operation Officer at Funsol Technologies. And back in 2012, I have been graduated from NUST, and that's it.
Right. Thank you so much. Welcome to our club. All right. So I think guest introduction is completed. So I would like to call upon a very energetic to take the further meeting further. I would like to introduce our Toastmaster of the day. He is a very energetic and very passionate Toastmaster, and what I like most about him that his eye contact is very have a very deep connection with us. Whenever he takes the stage, he has all the connection because of his eye contact and his use of humor, of course. So with a huge round of virtual applause, please help me welcome Toastmaster Jawwad Rehman.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ammar. Hello, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. A very good evening. One thing I'd like to mention here is that whenever you are being introduced, you always are very eager to listen what the other person will say about you. And when you want to perform a role specifically, it goes. One wants to be in a very low pressure, okay. One wants everyone not to have high expectations so that if by chance they come up with something good, it goes very well. But when you introduce like great eye contact and very much humor, it feels there feels a certain amount of pressure, doesn't it? That how will I live up to the expectations now, this and that. Anyways,
I'm sorry, is there anything wrong from my side? Because I'm unable to listen the voice clearly. There is a distortion in the voice.
It's with everyone.
Everyone.
Yes, it is there.
Yes, it's
But
here.
we would love to hear each and every word clearly from Toastmaster Jawwad. It would be great if you could. Yes.
okay, am I audible now?
Not
You
clear.
are audible, but there is something wrong with your mic, maybe.
It's booming.
Some distortion. Some kind of distortion.
Yeah, but his internet is quite good, I believe.
Hello.
Yeah.
Is the problem still there?
It's mitigated a bit.
Now it's a bit clear, but when you speak in a sequence, that might be very again distortion with that.
Okay, tell me now. Can you hear me?
Would you please
Come
speak
again.
a sentence? 1, 2
Come
sentence.
again, yes.
Okay, I will make a sentence now. Hello, check mic. Hello, check mic. Can everyone hear me?
Same.
It's the same.
Not clear.
There is still issue. I don't know actually what's the issue. Come on. Okay. I'll try to use the.
You may change your mic maybe
Yes.
by the setting. By setting. Just
Okay.
first you need to plug in the mic, but whatever you have, so then you need to select the mic, whatever mic is, and other than computer, you should select the other than computer mic. That might be a bit good.
You people will give me some time, okay?
Now it's good.
Hello.
Yes, it's better than previous.
Speak a bit.
Speak in a sentences.
Okay. Now can you hear me? I don't know.
Yeah.
I went to audio settings. I tried to change the mic. I don't know if it's fixed yet or not. Can you?
I think we can go with it. Can we?
I think that's the best option. We can go with that, Jawwad.
Okay, yes. I'm sorry, actually, I don't even know why the problem is there. But
now the position is better than the previous. Now at least we can understand whatever you are saying.
okay. I hope you can understand now what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Finally, hello everyone. Assalamu alaikum. I will omit the initial thing that I said. We will move now to our theme, which is humor. Now, imagine a very scenic beauty, fairy meadows, or something like that. Imagine it. I'm waiting for you to imagine it. Okay, thank you very much. And now remove the color green from it. You see the effect it had. Okay, now just visualize your favorite movie or maybe a scene with a sky on it, and then remove the color blue from a sunset. I believe that is what life is without humor.
The idea is yeah, this is a good suggestion. You may transfer to the Toastmaster of the
Okay.
table topic master. Meanwhile, you can tackle your whatever technical glitches.
Okay. It's okay. Totally fine. I will give it now to our table topics master, who is Toastmaster Muhammad Khan. I want to introduce him because you cannot. I don't think you can understand what I'm saying, anyways. So, Toastmaster Muhammad Khan, over to you, please.
I think, is he in the meeting currently? Let me check.
I saw him, he was, but now I cannot see him.
Toastmaster,
Toast.
so who would like to take the table topics master role for time being until
I-
Noman joins?
Okay, if I'm available, if I'm perfectly audible, then I can proceed with the role if it's okay.
Yes, please, Masoud.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Amar, for giving me
Noman
the
Khan is here, I
opportunity to
guess.
lead the role.
Yes, please transfer to Noman Khan, Toastmaster Masoud.
Okay. Since the Toastmaster Noman Khan has arrived, so I will give this role back to Toastmaster Noman Khan. Over to you, Toastmaster Noman.
Toastmaster Numan, can you hear us? His audio is connecting now.
Toastmaster Noman, are you in the meeting? I think his audio is still not connected. His only video is connected. I cannot see his mic.
Let's give him a minute and he will probably.
Yeah, Masaud Shah, you may start, please.
Okay, again.
Of course.
Okay. So for the first table topic, I would like to ask Toastmaster Mansoor Malik. Toastmaster Mansoor Malik, are you available?
Yeah, I'm available.
Okay. My topic is I would like you to speak on the topic. What was your biggest failure? What was your biggest failure?
Thank you very much, table topic master, for giving me this wonderful topic. That what was my biggest failure, right?
Yes.
Okay. I would say that every person In his journey of life, there are many failures. The most important thing is that how we deal those failures. If we are able to deal the failures, or sometimes you call it rejections, how we manage the rejections, how we handle ourselves psychologically, how we analyze those failures within our circumstances, and how we bounce back and step forward and get another attempt. I'm sure that by doing all these things, with every failure, we learn many things. And by applying those learning, we can be very near to our success. Because as per my opinion, I understanding that failures, if there are no failures, there are no learning. And if there is no learning, you are not able to step up in your life. And I would say that failure are the stepping stones of success. And if there is no failure, we don't see any improvement in our life in any domain of life which we have. So failures are very important. And the important thing is that how we deal those failures and how we analyze and how we move forward. That's all from my side. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mansoor Malik, for sharing your thoughts and speaking wonderfully. Now, for the next topic, I would like to call Toastmaster Shams. Toastmaster Shams, are you available?
Yes, I'm available.
Okay. So my topic to you is China has free market for goods, but not for ideas. I repeat, your topic is China has free market for goods, but not for ideas.
Thank you, table topic master Masaud Shah. Your topic is, in fact, very deep. You talked about that China has free market for goods, but not for ideas. In fact, this view, I would be saying, is the view from West. And as a sinologist and as a person who has closely watched China and who has lived in China and who has studied in China, I think I don't agree with this statement. And I'll also try to defend why I do. In fact, the Western media, it's kind of bombarding us with their views. And since we have this colonial legacy, like we listen to BBC, CNN, and their news outlets. So we buy this kind of view that yes, they are not open for ideas or not open, or there is some restriction of freedom of speech. That's not the case. Like if you visit China, they would talk about many things, but yes, there are certain limitations. And those limitations, I think that's good for their society. That's how they are. But in fact, because of the Western-centric approach that we always buy, and that's the reason that I shared that, because we are Western-centric, like we as a Pakistan, Indian, or Commonwealth countries, we are Western-centric mostly. So we buy those kind of news and things, like even hearing that there is some unrest in Xinjiang province of China. But if I share some of the facts about Xinjiang, you would be amazed. Like they in Xinjiang, for the kids, 15 years of education is free for them. So there are a lot of other things, a lot of ideas which I can talk about and keep on talking about, but my time is limited. So I'll hand over to table topic master with this. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shams, for sharing your thoughts and actually from the experiences when you were in China. Thank you. You spoke wonderfully. Now, for the next topic, I would like to call Toastmaster Muhammad Bilal. Toastmaster Bilal, are you with us?
Yes, I am. Although I have the role as well, if it's
Okay. Okay. So I would like to give you a topic. Uh, your topic is, it is the pursuit of dream that gives us the sense of fulfillment. I repeat, it is the pursuit of dreams that gives us the sense of fulfillment.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Masood, for such a heart-touching topic. I always be a lover of dreams. Yes, it is dream. A few days back, I was talking to a great audience, and the words that was coming from the core of my heart, that was I quoted a quote actually that the people, 90% of the people don't fail because they think big and do actually less. But most of the people failed in life because they think little and do little. So having a dream actually is about thinking big in life. And yes, it's all about your dreams. Whatever you do in life, you actually dreamt for it. And it's depend on you how big dream you have in life, that will convert it into your actions. The big you dream, the big actions you will take. The big environment, the nature even will create the big environment and the big people around you. So your dream actually matters a lot to your success, to your life, the patterns of life. So I would urge you, all of you, to have big dreams in life. Once you have the big dreams, once you put uh, the submission to the divine power, to the nature, to by having a big dream, the divine power, that nature will help you uh, to reach at that destination. So yes, I do agree. The dream matters a lot, and dream pursue your life. So over to you, Masood.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bilal, for sharing your thoughts on the topic wonderfully. Now, for the next topic, I would like to call Toastmaster Mehroz Aziz. Are you with us, Toastmaster Mehroz?
Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, I am here, but I am an evaluator for a speech.
Okay, but I would like you to speak on a topic
Sure thing. Sure.
that it is that we judge ourselves by our intentions, but the rest of the world judges us by actions. I repeat, we judge ourselves by intentions, but the rest of the world judges us by actions. Over to you, Toastmaster Mehroz.
Okay. Thank you so much, Table Topic Master. Hello and assalamu alaikum, my fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Well, the topic given to me is that people judge us by our actions, right? And we judge ourselves by our intentions.
Yes, yes,
That's the topic, right?
yes.
Okay. So you know what happens when we do anything in our life, either we go out, either we eat something, either we talk to someone, people see how we act to the other person, right? If we are smiling towards a stranger, people think that we have something fishy or we are hiding something, even though it's just a friendly gesture, it's nothing that we're hiding. And our intentions are totally clean, but people think that whatever we're doing is something fishy or suspicious. That's how our society works. But how our mind works, you know, when it comes to our mind tell us that we are doing what we intend to do. We want to dance because we intend to do that. We want to play a music because we intend to do that. We want to write something because we intend to do that. We want to do something good in the society because we intend to do that. But people see us how we act as a dancer, how we write as a writer, how we, you know, talk to the other person. So people are always judging us no matter what we do. Even our intentions are good or bad, people will judge you. People will tell you do not do this. People will ask you to stop doing it because they don't like it. And personally telling you all this, that people have just their opinion on you, you know, like everyone has their own opinion, but people think that they can rule over you, they can control you just by saying out aloud of their opinion. So never think that whatever they're saying is right, because that's their opinion. Your opinion might be different. So whatever intention you have in your life, do not listen to people, do not act upon you have intention, don't care about what people tell you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehroz Aziz, for sharing your thoughts. Now, for the next topic, I would like to call Toastmaster Alamzeb Khan. Are you with us, Toastmaster Alamzeb?
Yes, I'm with you. Just
Okay,
let
great.
me. Am I audible and visible? Just
Yes,
yeah.
yes, you are audible.
Yeah.
Okay, shall I proceed with your topic?
Yes, yes.
Okay, your topic is there is no end to complaints. I repeat, there is no end to complaints.
Thank you, Mr. Table Topics Master. A wonderful topic has been given to me that there is no ends to complaints. In a way, I agree with your idea and the topic that we as human beings are not happy in any situation we are. Sometimes my mother used to say that we would even not be happy in the heaven if we go there. So you see, if the winter season comes, we crave for the summers, and when the summers comes, we crave for the that we always complain about things. It is actually a very intrinsic characteristic of the human beings. It is in the psyche of ours. But after a lot of experiences and growing, I now feel that we should not complain. Rather, we should accept whatever we are thrown upon or whatever we are going through. We should always accept those things, those hurdles, those obstacles that are coming in front of us. They are just there to test us. They are there to, an Urdu poet, this is Dr. Allama Muhammad Iqbal, he says, I'm forgetting it, but let me, तुंदिए बादे मुखालिफ से न घबराए काब ये तो चलती है तुझे ऊंचा उड़ाने के लिए. So all these hurdles are the things which come in our ways. We should not get afraid of it. Rather, we should accept it, embrace it, and with the passage of time, we should actually, make it, learn from it, and we should be grateful for all those things. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Alamzeb, for sharing your thoughts on the topic. Now, for the next topic, I would like to call Toastmaster Rahim Mansoor. Are you with us, Toastmaster Rahim?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So your topic is small changes can produce big results. I repeat your topic. Small changes can produce big results. Over to you, Toastmaster Rahim Mansoor.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Masoud. Yes, we have heard this phrase, I think, from the classes from our start. Small changes makes big difference, or small changes. If we make small changes, we can achieve big things. So, as we say in Urdu, ke katra katra darya banta hai. So same is the case with this phrase, and we see that if we make such goals, which are difficult to attain, which are difficult to achieve, so the best thing to achieve those goals is through small steps. Obviously, if we want to achieve something, so we have to make an action plan, and that action plan, you have to make certain goals, certain points through which you have to pass, so that you can achieve your ultimate goal. So you can also say it's the law of the nature. And one thing we should keep in mind that when we have a goal, when we have our ultimate goal, so our focus should be on the ultimate, our aim should be on the ultimate achievement, but we have to visualize those things which we have to do in the middle of that. There's a very great saying, I don't know, there was a boxer, I don't know, was it Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson? He said that what people do, what most people do, that they fantasize. They fantasize about things like if I'm going to, like if someone wants to be, if someone wants to win a belt, which usually boxers have, usually boxers win. So they fantasize that they are someone's giving them a belt, and people are applauding them. So this is not the right thing. A person should visualize that what parts he or she must go through to achieve that certain goal. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahim Mansoor, for sharing your thoughts. Now, for the next topic, I would like to call Toastmaster Noreen Fatma. Toastmaster Noreen, are you with us?
Yes, Mr. Table Topic Master, I'm here.
Okay, so your topic is no is only yes to a different question. I repeat your topic, no is only yes to a different question.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Table Topic Master, for asking me such a tricky question. And the topic is no is a simply yes.
To a different question.
Okay, no is a simply yes to a different question. So whenever we no is, we can say no is a simply yes to a different question. So it means that if we have been asked a question in which we have a difference of opinion, so which is not receptive to us, and we are replying it no. So yes, it's a yes, definitely, to a different question which is not familiar with us, which is not acceptable to us. So we should agree with it. There are many times when we are not comfortable to some questions or some situations, and we must be able and we must have courage to simply say no to that very question if we are not comfortable and if we're not receptive. So it's our choice and it's our opinion, and whatever we want to have our choice, we must have preference, and we can say it whatever preference we is, because we are actually the results of the choices we have made in the past. So if you are not comfortable with anything or any question, you can simply say no and make it your mind that yes, no is a simple way of doing saying yes to a
Thank you, Ma'am Noreen, for sharing your thoughts. Now, for the next topic, I would like to call Toastmaster Maliha. Are you with us, Toastmaster Maliha? Sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly.
Milhana.
Milhana. Toastmaster Milhana, are you with us?
Yes, I'm hiding actually.
Oh, okay. So I have an interesting topic for you, and that is dividing an elephant in half does not produce two small elephants. I repeat your topic. Dividing an elephant in half does not produce two small elephants.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, you are audible.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum. That is a very difficult topic. Let me try. When I was growing up, my father used to tell me a story at bedtime about this ant and elephant. I never understood what he was trying to tell me. Dear table topic master and my fellow listeners, my mother was a great storyteller. She would tell me lovely stories, and I remember till date because of how she used to express it. I remember this very story that she told me about a turtle and a rabbit, and I'm sure you have heard about it, where the turtle challenges the rabbit to have a race. And my mom would tell this story so beautifully. It was when I was 3.5 years old. She died when I was 4, and I had to turn to my father for storytelling, for bedtime. And my father was like any father, a very busy man. So that was when he would tell me about an ant and an elephant, and that would annoy me to an extent that I told him, Daddy, please stop telling me stories. I don't like how you narrate stories to me. Now, what I'm trying to say is that each and every one of us are different. We are not the same. We have different modes of communication. My mom was great with expressions, and my dad was not at all interested in talking to anyone. It is just like your topic. You take an elephant and half it, but it's still one, and I'm still their daughter. I have my dad in one side and my mom in another side. And when I combine these two together, I become a whole big elephant who is going to have a great session with all of you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Milhana, for sharing your thoughts in a very humorous way. And actually, these are the stories that we have also heard, the ant and the elephant, and all the stories we all have heard as well. So it's very, it's really relatable to us as well. So for the next topic, I would like to call DTM Shoaib, Saad Shoaib. Are you with us, Toastmaster DTM Saad Shoaib?
Yes, I'm available.
Okay, great. The topic to you is, if you have everything to choose from, you will get nowhere. I repeat your topic. If you have everything to choose from, you will get nowhere.
Fellow Toastmasters and an honorable guest in the meeting. Time was the one thing that a person can't buy. They can buy almost everything in life. If a person is well off, they can buy many buy many buy many um, buy many expensive expensive things, many expensive assets. If a person is not well off, they can't do that. But what is that one commonality between a person who is well off and who is not well off? It's time. Time waits for nobody. We are in this world to world for a very specific time, and we must make each and every second count. So in that moment, if we have many of the option to choose from, option A, option B, option C, option D, and so on, we won't get the experience that we are actually looking for to make it count, to take the full exposure of it, to take the full benefit of it. So So in ending, and I would just try to quote as saying that if you don't know where to go, anywhere you go will be the right destination. With that, over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, DTM Chef, for sharing your thoughts and very wonderfully responding to the topic. Now I would like to move to the guests, and the first guest I would like to call is guest Kaisra. Are you with us, guest Kaisra?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. My topic to you is what is your favorite childhood memory? I repeat your topic. What is your favorite childhood memory? Over to you, Toastmaster Kaisra.
Okay.
Guest.
My favorite childhood memory would be it's when my father used to bought me candies whenever I was upset with him, and he used to like throw chocolates to every kid, even to my brothers, whenever as soon as he gets home, and that was really sweet of him, and it's I still remember those days. It was like I had a fight with him, and then he went outside with my brother, and he bought him some chocolates. And when he came back, then he looked at me like he gave me that look, that love one look, and then he throw like वो वाला नहीं, मतलब it's like more of a gesture. With a smile, he threw the chocolate at me, and that was really sweet of him. I still remember that. Now he don't bring me those, so I miss those days. So that is me my most favorite child memory. So over to you.
Thank you, guest Khaisra, for sharing your stories with us. It really were relatable because our parents also played these kind of chocolate tricks with us, all of us as well. So thank you, and now I thank you all for sharing your thoughts on your respective topics. The table topic session has come to end, and now I would like to ask the timer to please share the names of the qualified speakers. Please share the names of the qualified speakers.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster, Table Topic Master. I have shared the names. All the speakers are qualified. I've shared the names in the chat box. Please direct message me with your name of favorite speaker so that I can create the certificate for the best speaker award. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Now I request all of you to please based on your judgment who spoke wonderful and who spoke well, please share his name in direct message to Toastmaster Amar so that he actually judge who was the winner, and later he will be awarded as well with a certificate.
Direct message to Toastmaster Jawwad.
Toastmaster Amar.
In the meanwhile, kindly hand over meeting to Toastmaster of the day.
Okay, so I would now give the meeting back to Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Jawwad Rehman. Are you with us, Toastmaster Jawwad?
I hope so.
Okay, great. Over to you, Toastmaster Jawwad.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Masoud. I'll ask you people now. Am I with you or am I still not with you? No,
It's
I
good
need
now.
a response.
It's good now.
Okay. That's good. That's very relieving to hear. That's very relieving to hear, Toastmaster Bilal. Thank you so much for a wonderful table topic session and for being with me in those initial seconds of the meeting. I apologize for anything, any technical glitch, though I still cannot figure out what it was. I hope you can hear me now. Okay. So since in my stay at Toastmasters, I've come across many type of speakers, but I will generally categorize them into three types. The first type is the motivational type, which is the very common type. The second type is the informational, those people who give informational speeches, or maybe it's the categories of the speeches rather. And the third type of speech is the humorous speech. Guess which type I like the most?
Motivational.
Motivational, okay.
Humorous.
Okay, humorous. Anyone else?
Motivational.
Motivational. You people are very right. I love motivational speeches. But once I came across a motivational speaker called Masaud Shah. He said, money does not matter in life. It was a very powerful message. Money does not matter in life. But then I came to know that Mr. Masaud Shah, he takes 3 lakh rupees for one session. 3 lakh rupees for one session. You see, that was the moment that I lost the trust in motivational speeches. And since then, my favorite type of speeches is humorous speeches. So without further ado, I will move to our first prepared speaker of the day, who is Toastmaster Muhammad Ali. Now, Toastmaster Muhammad Ali is a very recent member of the club, but he doesn't seem like he is a very recent member of the club. He seems like he is a very seasoned member of the club. He joined and he won a top 3 position in the human speech contest as well last time. And I believe he's the only speaker to have achieved the position without having delivered an icebreaker. He delivered his icebreaker later on. He won the award first. So I will invite Toastmaster Muhammad Ali. But before that, I hope we have his evaluator with us. Do we have Toastmaster Ali's evaluator with us?
Yes, I am his evaluator.
Okay, Toastmaster Miles, can you please brief us about the speech objectives of Toastmaster Ali?
Sure thing. The timings are 5 to 7 minutes, and his purpose of the speech is to identify his primary leadership style or styles, and he has to discuss leadership styles in general, and his speech can be humorous, informational, or any way he wants. That's it.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster Maros. Do we have Toastmaster Ali? I hope we have Toastmaster Ali. That is some build-up. I have him on the phone. Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Bro, we are waiting for you. Your evaluator has already briefed us about your speech. Can you join us now, or should we move to the second speech? 1 minute. Okay. Thank you very much. So Toastmaster Ali informed me that he will be joining in 1 minute. I believe 60 seconds is not a very long time. We can wait. In case Toastmaster Ali doesn't join in 1 minute, we will move to a second speaker and then we will move back to our Toastmaster, to the first speaker who is Toastmaster Ali. But he is here, so that's very fortunate. Toastmaster Ali, can you please say something so we can confirm you are audible?
Yes, I'm here. I'm just getting my equipment ready.
Okay.
I'll be giving you go ahead in a few seconds, inshallah. I'm getting
yes, you are here. Okay. Toastmaster Bilal, you are a very adorable daughter. Are you ready, Toastmaster Ali?
Of course.
Okay, over to you then. Kindly pin the timer. The timer is Toastmaster Ammar.
Yes, he's Toastmaster abroad now. He has
The
already
timer
come.
is spotlighted already. Please go.
Okay,
Carry.
over to you. Over to you, Toastmaster Ali.
Today is the day when I am going to talk about my leadership style. And before I talk to you guys about my leadership style, I would like to enlighten you one more time that you all are leaders. Because in Toastmasters, we all are leaders and we want to improve our leadership skills. So I would like to just tell everyone who is listening to my voice that I am going to share a story, and I want you to be using your skills to listen to my story. And after a few, like after 1 or 2 minutes, I am going to ask a question from you, and you will only be able to answer that question if you have listened to my story. So I shall be highly thankful if you please give me your worthy attention so that you can answer my question and be the part of the leadership journey that I'm going to share with you today. So I will be asking you to type something after a few moments after listening to the story. So it was an afternoon of May 2022 when after the Eid, I was planning to visit Islamabad with my two sisters. And my sisters were very excited because they wanted to visit Islamabad for the first time. So when we went to the bus terminal, and I went to the counter and I said to the and I said to the receptionist that please have a look at this my mobile and just take the printouts of the tickets. But the receptionist said to me that due to some technical reasons, your tickets have been cancelled and we will give you the refund. Now just imagine the situation. That family is very excited and the whole family is going for a trip, and at the 11th moment they are saying me that you should go to your home. I said that where is the terminal manager? They said that we don't have a terminal manager right now, so please nothing can be done and you have to leave now. So now, my leaders, I have a question from you. Those of you who think that I should have gone to my home and take the refund, they will type 1 in the chat box. And those who want me to fight aggressively in this situation, I want them to type 2. Okay? Now I want to see who are the top 5 responders of my question. Go quick, guys. Those who want me to go home without doing anything. Yes, Ammar is number 1. He said 2. Asghar is the second. Then is Alamzev. He also saying number 2. And Masaud Shah is saying number 1. Wow, that's a different response. And finally, we have Tosif, who is talking about 2, and Rahim, who is also saying 2. So thank you very much. I am very, very thankful to all the leaders who have remained active during my stories and they have listened to my story. So now I would like to just second those people who typed the number 2, because in that situation, I also had to behave aggressively. So the strategy that I followed, first of all, I asked my sisters to please get in the bus. And I told them that you don't have to come out of this bus until I ask you to come out of the bus. And I also told them that if someone behaves in a wrong way with you, you can turn on your mobile camera and start making video and you can blackmail them emotionally, because situation was very crucial. Okay, then I went back inside the terminal and I I started shouting. I said, this is the worst company in Pakistan because they are ruining the lives of people. They have just ruined my plan. I'm getting embarrassed in front of my family. Is this a company? Do we call it a company? I am requesting each and every person of you, don't ever buy the tickets of this company. So now everyone was just looking at me. I was the master of the show at that time. And now the same receptionist who was asking me to go home, he was quickly using his phone and dialing some numbers, and then, hello, respected sir, there's a major situation here. We have a client is in a very great problem. Can you please tell me how can I solve this problem, please? And he was making like he made 2 to 3 calls, and then he said that okay, we will place an extra seat in that bus, and the bus hostess will sit on that seat, and we will entertain your family in the same bus. And finally, I was very happy. And at the terminal, everyone was thinking that I am the most angry man at that spot. But when my problem was solved, I was happy again, and I was normal again. And I was telling to everyone, and I was giving this message to everyone that in our life, we have to behave in a humble way. We have to behave in a kind way. We have to behave in a way that everyone likes. But there has to be an aggressive person in ourselves, and we can just put that aggressive person out of us in the situations where it is needed. Because if we don't do so, then we will have to suffer a lot during our lifetime. So the leadership style that I am having, most of the time, I just like to be compassionate. I just like to be humble. I just like to be understanding. But when the stakes are high, I am willing to take the risk, and I am willing to own the stage, and I am willing to be aggressive. So I just want to conclude by recommending everyone to be nice all the time when you can be nice, and be aggressive. Be aggressive when you have to in order to solve the crucial situations. That's all from my side. And now I would like to hand over the stage to Toastmasters of the evening, Toastmaster Jawwad Rehman.
Thank you so very much, Toastmaster Muhammad Ali. Thank you for taking us through in very much light, humorous, that thing of yours that was totally brilliant. And I loved how you went through your decisions. We have a lot to learn from that very incident. So thank you very much. Okay, before moving to the second speaker, owing to the theme, I believe we do the theme of the meeting that we share some joke or maybe some funny story. Anyone who would like to contribute right now are most welcome.
Yeah, I want to contribute.
Okay, please, sure.
Okay, thank you very much. अच्छा जोक जो है वो उर्दू में अभी मैंने सोशल मीडिया पे एक जोक देखा है, वो मैं आपसे शेयर करना चाह रहा हूँ.
शूट.
अच्छा, एक जो है ना देहाती आदमी अपने बेटे के साथ जाता है वहां पर शहर में, तो वो एक बड़े की शॉपिंग मॉल में जाता है. अंदर जाते हैं तो सामने ना एक लिफ्ट का दरवाजा होता है, सिल्वर डोर होते हैं. तो बेटा अपने बाप से पूछता है, अब्बा ये क्या है, अब्बा जी ये क्या चीज है? तो बाप ने पहली दफा देखा होता है, कहता है मैंने भी नहीं पता की है. तो इतनी देर में लिफ्ट का दरवाजा खुलता है और ना एक बूढ़ी सी औरत ना लिफ्ट के अंदर एंटर हो जाती है. लिफ्ट का दरवाजा बंद होता है और लिफ्ट के ऊपर ना नंबरिंग चलना शुरू हो जाती है. 1 2 3 4 5 6. उसके बाद नंबरिंग रुकती है, नंबरिंग रिवर्स चलना शुरू हो जाती है. 5 4 3 2 1 और दरवाजा खुलता है. एक बड़ी खूबसूरत सी लड़की बाहर आती है और उसी टाइम जो होता है ना वो आदमी, उसका बाप, वो अपने बेटे से कहता है, जल्दी जा अपनी मां को बुला के ले आ.
Okay, that was very funny. Thank you so much, Mr. Azam, for this very beautiful joke. I wish it was in English so that every one of us could have understood it. But maybe the essence of the joke may have died had it been in any other language. So thank you very much. Let us move to our second speaker now. And the second speaker is again someone who is not a very much long duration member of our club, Mr. Alam Zaid. The value of his tenure at the club would be a speech and speaker-thon where he pretended to be Qaid-e-Azam. And I love how he role played in that whole meeting. So before we go to you, let us have some insight to your speech through your evaluator. Do we have his evaluator with us?
Yes, Toastmaster Jawwad. I am the evaluator of Toastmaster Alam Zaid Khan. And
Okay.
I think
Please,
you
yes.
haven't seen the agenda yet. So the speech title of Toastmaster Alam Zaid Khan is Understanding Your Leadership Style. And the purpose of his of the project is to identify his primary leadership style and to share some aspect of his primary leadership style or discuss some leadership styles in general. And over to you, Toastmaster Alam Zaid Khan.
Should I start?
Yes, yes. Please, Mr. Qaid-e-Azam, go.
Okay. Okay, am I audible and the voice is clear?
Yes, everything is great.
Okay. Can anybody define history? What is history?
Something that has happened in the past and we cannot change it.
The most boring subject I've ever studied, maybe?
Okay, okay. So there are endless definitions of history. Ralph Waldo Emerson has negated all of them. He says, and I quote, "There is properly no history, only biography." Biography of whom? Leaders, especially great leaders. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, today I want to talk about the various different leadership styles, the qualities and characteristics I have, and the type of leader that I want to become. But before going there, let's burst some myths about leadership. Myth number one, leadership is an inborn quality. No, it is not. Leadership can be learned, it can be taught, and it can be acquired. Myth number two, leadership, everybody cannot be a leader. Well, everybody has a leadership potential, only if he is aware of it and undergoes a proper training. Myth number three, leadership is a difficult task. It might be, but one does not become a leader overnight. Slowly and gradually, he builds the competence and capacity and become able to carry out difficult tasks. Now, before coming to me as a leader, let's talk about different leadership styles. There is this bureaucratic style, whose emphasis is upon the rules with absolute decisions and which demands discipline in a top-down hierarchy. Then there are authoritative leaders who have vast experience and knowledge, and they motivate others towards the end goals by giving directions and setting standards. An innovative leader pursues excellence, and he actually respects the creativity and innovative ideas. And through collaborative conversation, he tries to reach towards a shared vision of the future. Then a pace setter leads by example and setting high standards of performance to enhance productivity. Also, there is democratic leadership, which entails building consensus to enhance productivity. And then affiliative leadership involves creating emotional bonds and harmony, and such a leader inspires others to follow by winning their minds and hearts. Then coaching leadership. Such a leader trains individuals for the future by letting them realize their true potential, by challenging them and with positive standards. Now, before coming to me as a leader, one question I want to raise is that why there are so many different leadership styles. The reason is that everybody's background is different. He is raised by different individuals in different circumstances. He has, they differ in experiences, traits, attributes, abilities, tendencies, and you name it. Now let's talk about I as a leader. For that, let's suppose that I'm given the reins of this very club as a president. How would I lead this club? Now, after deeply understanding the various different leadership, that I have a blend of different leadership characteristics and leadership styles. First of all, I'm a visionary and a strategist. As a leader, as a president of the club, I would have a clear vision for the club and I would share it and communicate it to my team members and make pragmatic plans to reach there. Second, I have a very democratic disposition. President, I would this among my team members and even in the club members would be my priority. Third, I have a bureaucratic side to the extent of rules. As a president, I would not only act by the rules, but I would make it sure that everybody follow the rules. Fourth, I personally try to be innovative and give new ideas. As a president, I would not only welcome, but highly encourage innovative ideas and creativity in my team members. Fifth, after deeply thinking, I have come to the conclusion that I have some very vibrant germs of affiliative leadership. As a president, I would be able to avoid conflict and produce harmony. I would be able to have emotional attachment by winning hearts and minds. As far as pace-setting, authoritative, and coaching styles of leadership are concerned, I don't think that they are my cups of tea. As a pace setter, I wouldn't be successful because I myself is a Malang sort of a person and nobody wants to follow Malang. Authoritative leaders have a vast experience and knowledge. I consider myself as a seeker of knowledge and learner and not the other way around. For coaching, I'm looking forward to my senior members to train me first, and then I would be able to train others. To conclude, I would say that we all have leadership responsibilities in one way or the other. Our religion, our country, our society, our jobs, and even our family all wants us to be leaders. So we all need to understand our leadership styles and polish them and learn new techniques and new styles. I thank you all very much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Alamzeb. I believe one many targets and more importantly, if you plan to stand in the upcoming election for the position of president. Okay, back to the theme, humor. Well, I have something that is an attempt to make you people laugh. I hope it goes well. I have a question. What will we call a person? Okay, let us shift to the joke part. There's a teacher and he asks a student, what do we call someone who cannot hear? Anyone with the answer? What do we call someone who cannot hear? Who cannot listen?
Can I?
I'm sorry?
You won't call that person because he or she can't hear.
Exactly. So the student says, you can call him by any name because he or she cannot hear. So moving to our education session now, one of the most challenging things that I have seen are the humor speeches, and it is more of the content you create, the working behind the speech that is strenuous rather than the actual delivery. The delivery part is very important, no doubt, but the people who create that content just mesmeric. So Let us move to our guest speaker, and I will briefly introduce her to you in her words. So, Toastmaster Milhana Anver, she's a corporate trainer. She's award-winning speaker in multiple categories, local and national keynote speaker. She's a 4 times and the first woman to win human speech contest in the District 82. In huge applause, Toastmaster Milhana Anver.
Thank you so much, sir. When I saw Toastmaster Jawwad, I got a heart attack. You know why? I thought Numan Ali Khan was in the meeting and I wanted to behave, which is very difficult for me. Anyway, a very good evening, Islamabad Toastmasters Club. Thank you for having me. Can I see more faces, please? I like to see faces, the handsome and pretty faces. Oh, there you are. Assalamu alaikum. Wow, lovely, lovely, lovely. Am I the only lady here? Now I feel very special. Yes, 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 lovely. Okay, I see a lady. I hope she's here with us. Can we? Oh, there, see another pretty face appears. Lovely. Thank you. Thank you. Just stay like that. Do not go away. I promise I will not make you sleep. So bear with me. Okay. Can you see my slides? No.
Not
Good,
yet.
because I'm not sharing any. You have to look at my face. Okay, now why do we need humor in our speeches? Why? Why do we have to make somebody laugh? Because we are crazy? No? Give me some answers.
To bring engagement with the audience.
Yes, yes, yes. Who said that?
To make people happy.
Oh, yes, absolutely. What else?
Just to smile.
To connect with others.
Just to smile for no reason.
Yes, then that will prove us crazy. Yes. More answers, please. Toastmaster Muhammad, I loved your speech. And Toastmaster, who else spoke about leadership? I am very bad at remembering. Yes, Alan sir, tell me. Great leaders, give me answers.
You know what? There is a human psychology thing. If you make someone smile and you are smiling at the same time, so you can make a very good connection with that person if you are smiling together.
Oh, I am smiling. Am I connecting?
Yes, pretty much.
Yes,
of
lovely,
course.
lovely. Thank you. See, the reason why we need humor in our speeches is that we need to connect with each other in a good way so that we will bond well, we will trust the person we are speaking to. Now imagine your bosses, majority of the bosses, they do not smile or they do not make you feel alive. They're always with these angry faces. Task, 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 challenges, do this, do that. And then you just wish that person dies soon. Okay, no. But then again, you do not feel good in the workplace. You need to have somebody who will make you feel wanted, who will bring that laughter. That is why we need humor in our daily lives. See, all of us do have depression. All of us do have bad times. So just to release that, if there is somebody who can bring that joy in our life by saying something maybe silly or crazy, that makes us happy, right? So humorous speeches in Toastmasters, especially in contests, is not an easy task. Now, if I ask one person open the floor, I think Toastmaster Amar, you said that you are not a funny person, you cannot be funny, right? That itself was funny for me. I don't believe that. I know you have so many jokes in your life, and I believe that you can work on that. The more you work, the more you understand humor, you will do brilliant, because humor is in everything we see, in everyone we meet, in every place we go. So therefore, especially in a humorous contest speech, now when you are writing, you need to consider two things, because humor is built on two pillars. What are they? One is content and one is delivery. Now, when you say content, now again, you will say, Milhana, I can't write. I am not like you. I can't. No, I was not like this. I had to learn. I had to go through. I had to beg from people to make me write a humorous speech, because I literally was a bit serious. I'm not a great content writer. So therefore, I had to reach out to certain people to induce more humor in my content. So the first thing I needed to know was, how do I write this crazy speech and bring the craziness or make people laugh? So firstly, as I said, content has a premise. Now, all of us have events or incidents, or we meet people who do crazy stuff. Now, say back in school, think of that teacher who used to scold you, yell at you all the time. Just think of the things that you used to think just looking at the teacher. I wish you die soon. I wish you meet with an accident and never come back to school. So I am happy, my classmates are happy. So see, even if it is a cruel thought, you can make it humorous. It's all in the way you say. Now, when I say again content, now the premise is where you just think of that particular incident. Now, say for example, it does not have to be funny. You just need a story. Just think of a story, maybe with your mother. Your mother is a bad cook. You're not going to tell her. I hope she's not around. So just write how you feel every day. You wake up hungry and you have to eat her horrible food, and your experiences, you can divert it into humor. You can bring humor in that and just go on writing a story. Later on, we come back to something called the setup. Now, the setup after the premise, the setup is what brings all the characters together, the dialogues, the events that happen, all these things you build in your setup. Now, again, when I say premise, think of a topic. It can be a person. Like I said, it can be your teacher, it can be your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, your boss, anyone. And then it can also be a place where you find humor. Now, say for example, a gym. Now, why do you gentlemen go to a gym? To get six packs? I go to a gym to look at all the uncles. See, we have different things in common. So maybe there might be culprits like me who go to gyms to look at aunties. So that is not a bad thing. You lose weight by just looking, right? So you just think of a place. That can also be a topic and a thing. Now, when I show you my pen, what comes to your mind? And you might think, how can a pen have anything humorous in it? Now, in my days, we use this pen to do something. Write love letters. See, we were good children. We were not using these technical things and, wasting time. We wrote really nice love letters, and this pen did the magic. So you see, in everything you see, there is humor. So that is the topic, my dear friends. So don't tell me I don't know humor, I don't know the topic, I don't know what to talk about. There's so much to talk about. Talk about your hair, talk about your tie, talk about anything. Even your fingernails has humor. Just go on writing. Sometimes your misery is my cup of tea. Whatever hardships, pain I go through, I can transform it into a humorous speech and you will laugh. Now, if I told you that I went through certain things in my marriage and it was bad. I have a husband who does not give me presents on Valentine's Day, and that annoys me. And we have the biggest fights on days like Valentine's Day, birthdays, anniversaries. That man doesn't even remember the anniversary. How hurtful is that for me? Now, the way I say it will bring humor to you. So there is humor in everything you see, my fellow ladies and gentlemen. So that is your premise. Think of an incident, an event, a story that probably made you laugh or made you cry. Just write. And then we come to the setup. Like I said, now setup is the place where you bring all these characters, you keep building the story. Now my district winning speech was about me creating or faking a father. Yes, I have been a very naughty girl when I was back in school, because my father will never attend my parents' meeting because that man was always forever busy. Even to go to the toilet, he had to think a million times because he was that busy. So once my principal, she warned me to bring my father for the parents' day. Now this man said no. And if he doesn't come, I am in trouble. I will be expelled from school, she said. Now, I did not want to go through that. So I kept thinking, what on earth am I going to do? How do I convince this stubborn father of mine to come? He said, no. He said, I know what they are going to say. They will say, Milhana is a nuisance in class. We can't have her. Bah, 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 bah. I'm not coming. Now I had to think, I have an incredible brother who is 4 years elder to me. I went and begged and I cried. I told, we need to get a father. What do we do? He said, wait, let us think. And we started thinking and we found a father who was a drug addict. And we paid him, gave him a wash, gave him our dad's clothes and made him act like our father. Yes, I know this is a bad influence, but this is what we really did. So my message was, how many lies will you make up in order to cover up one lie? So that was my message. Based on that, we created this lovely story, which won me the district championship. So that was how I kept building, brought in the characters, brought in the dialogues, what and what should fit in where. So all this will eventually come when you have the story in hand. So set up, now the punchline. Now, what is the punchline? Punchline is you take your audience, keep them curious, keep them thinking. Now, when I said I created a father, now nobody would have even thought that my created fake father was a drug addict. Now that is where I got most of the laughs. People were like, oh my God, did she really get a drug addict? How did that happen? So that was my punchline. That was the climax. That was where I punched everybody and said, I won. So that is how you need to think. Keep the audience curious. Don't tell them what you are going to say right at the beginning or at your topic itself. Don't do that. Come up with a very creative topic. Keep the audience thinking, okay, what is this crazy woman going to say? So my topic was, what did you do? Now I opened my flow with another naughtiness. I showed a cigarette and then I said, mistakenly, I have taken this prop. And at the last, I said, if you are thinking, what did you do? That is what I did. So, you know, you have to have a little naughtiness in humorous speaking. If not, it's going to be boring. Now here, the main concept is to bring joy in everybody's lives and just tell, okay, I am as crazy as you are. We are all crazy people who are not perfect. We have been doing stuff from which we have learned, of course. So in Toastmasters, when you say a humorous speech, it is not stand-up comedy. It is a very profound, very professional speech which has standard and class. And of course, a message which will give you a second to think, which might which might inspire you, which will entertain you, and which will again bring joy, right? So that is the content. Then I come back to the delivery. Now, when I say delivery, now you can have a brilliant story, and if you do not have great delivery, your story will die then and there. You will kill it. And if you have good delivery, and if you have a very weak story, again, if these do not go hand in hand, again you are in trouble. So that is why I say humor is based on two pillars: content and delivery. Now, when you come to delivery, you have to understand that there is a 50% chance of your speech working. So don't worry, you won't die. You can come back next year with a greater content, greater delivery, and you will nail it. Trust me, I have been contesting from 2017, and 2022 made me win the contest, because there is so much hard work. It's a painful process. So don't worry, you will keep learning. So like I said, 50% chance of your delivery working. It's okay. You will come back next year stronger, and then work on your expressions. Now, it is not what you say, but it is how you say. How are you going to say? Now, when you meet your wife, go to her and say, I love you. She'll give you a thundering slap. Bring expression. Be nice. Say, I love you, darling. Then she'll also say, oh, I love you, baby. So see, you have to say it in a way that brings humor, right? So if you have a very wife, just go try it and then tell me the response. So always have these expressions, work with your eye contact. Now, one gentleman said Toastmaster Jawwad is a king of eye contact. So when he was having technical difficulties, I could not hear what he was telling, but my mind was like, talk with your eyes, talk with your eyes. I wanted to say it, but then I kept quiet. So see, certain people are gifted. So, he can just talk to you with his eyes. Use every part of your body to speak to us, and we will understand. Work on your gestures. If you have a prop, bring it. If it adds value to your speech, yes, why not? Bring it, but behave. So these are how delivery techniques are there. So you can cooperate the content and the delivery and work wonders. Now, how do we make our speeches more colorful, more humorous? Now, there are techniques or elements that you could induce into your humor. Say, for example, exaggeration. Now, when I say exaggeration, what comes to your mind? When I say tall, gentlemen, say something. When I say tall, say something funny. What comes to your mind?
Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel Tower, yes. My girlfriend is like an Eiffel Tower, and I am like an ant. So you can just say something like that. Or you can say, my brother is like a giraffe, and I have to look up at him till my neck hurts. So something, when I say tall, so these tiny words you can exaggerate. Or if you want to exaggerate your content, yes, like I said, he can be a coconut tree. Say something that will add a little humor. Then there is sarcasm. Sarcasm is, now say for example, now we would have, I'm sure you would have also experienced this. Now there was a time when I was at a mall. I bumped into a friend after a long time, and he was like, Milhana, what are you doing here? I was thinking, what do people do in malls? And I told him, I am looking for elephants. What are you doing here? So see, that is sarcasm. You can bring sarcasm like that. Be a little naughty. So, and then there is dark humor. Now, when you say dark humor, these are very sensitive topics like murder, like suicide, like very sensitive topics which people refrain from speaking because it does not, you think, okay, it's not safe to talk about these things. But there was this lady who I met, and she spoke about losing her baby. in a very humorous way, and everybody were laughing. Why? It was how she brought humor into the death of the baby. She said, I am married to a Chinese. When I gave birth, the baby was dead. Why? I should have instantly known this was made in China. So see, that is how she brought humor, and it was hilarious. And then you can bring self-deprecation. Now, self-deprecation is something I love. It is safe. It does not make anybody want to come and kill you because you are making fun of yourself. Now, see, I am a hijabi, and if somebody else spoke about me wearing my hijab, I will probably go and shoot him or her. But me making fun is okay. Now, I have this particular hijab, which is a pink one, which I wear for all my contests. And my friends are like, why do you keep wearing this dirty hijab all the time? Don't you have any money? I'm like, no, because I'm happy with that. So I can make fun of my hijab the way I want it, as long as it is safe and clean, right? So that is self-deprecation. And then there is the rule of three. Rule of three is you say two things, normal two things or random two things, and then bring a twist on the third thing that you are going to say. Now, there was a lovely opening done by Toastmaster Masaud Shah. If I'm not mistaken, he was the 2017 world champion. Yes, yes. So his opening was so beautiful. He used the rule of three, whereas he said, I have a good job, a great car, and nice hair. Whereas he doesn't have hair. He is bald. Now that was something we did not see coming. So that brought so much laughter. So you can use the rule of three to bring laughter. So there is so many lovely, lovely elements which you can inject into your speech to make it more powerful in terms of humor. Now let me share my story as the Toastmaster, how I became a Toastmaster. In 2017, I bumped into a friend who I have been looking for ages. And I just bumped into her and she was like, Milhana, how are you? What are you doing? And then I tell her what I was doing. Absolutely nothing. Then she was like, have you heard of Toastmasters? I said, yes, I have. I was lying. I have not at all heard of any Toastmasters. I did not know what it was. And as a housewife, when you say toast, we directly think of the toast bread. So I said, yes. I did not want to show that I was dumb. I said, yes, the entire world knows about Toastmasters. At this point, she was confused. She was like, really? You know Toastmasters? I said, yes. Who doesn't? She said, then join. I said, of course. How much? And then I joined on the spot. I gave my husband's credit card like a big shot and I just came out. My husband was waiting and he was asking, what happened? I said, I'm a Toastmaster. He was like, what on earth is that? I said, I don't know. Let's find out. Now, he did not know I used his credit card. Anyhow. And then I take a big book thinking I have to write all the recipes. I take a beautiful purse with all my colorful pens, my ruler, everything. And I'm seated there waiting for the chef to come and give us the recipes. And suddenly I see people are talking and I'm wondering what is happening. Am I in an English class? What is happening? Now I get scared because at that point, I am not a person who liked speaking. I like doing things, but not speaking because I had a stuttering issue. So therefore, I would be quiet. But then the table topic master, the culprit of the session, spots me and he's like, you guest, come here. And then I go there, I stand there and he gives me a topic and he says, speak, say anything. And then that gave me so much happiness. I was so happy. I kept talking till I could see my timer almost starting to cry. And she was like, please sit down, you're overtime, up, time up. And then 1 minute. And then I kept speaking, and I loved this Toastmaster thing. I attended every meeting possible. And then after 2 weeks, my club president was like, Milhana, we want you, you must, you should contest in the humorous speech competition. And I'm like, what is that? You must. You can be polite and ask, can you? She said, no, you have to. And then anyhow, I had no choice. I contested in the club level and I won. I was like, oh, I am the world champion. Wow, how proud was I of myself. And then I did not know there was another level. Timer, please bear with me. Don't start crying. I will finish this very soon. So I contested in the club level, and then I was told there is another level coming up, which is the area. I said, no, I can't come for any area. I am not prepared. Then my club president was like, no, you have to, you can't do this. Do you know what I did? I ran away from the country. I blocked the entire exco and was living a happy life in the Maldives with my friends. When suddenly somebody calls me, who is my daughter. She starts talking as if she is the grandmother of all Toastmasters. And she's like, Mama, don't you have a contest? What are you doing here? Come back. I'm like, what is wrong with you? You go and play with your friends and mind your own business. I'm not coming back. And she's like, no, you are such a bad example. What happened to all those motivational, inspirational speeches you used to give me when I was contesting? I said, as a mother, that was what I was supposed to do. And she starts crying and she emotionally blackmails me. And I'm like, okay, fine, I'll come back. And on the day of the area contest, I go directly to the venue. And she is calling me. She's like, Mama, it is not about winning. It is about participating. I was like, wait, I am coming with my chappal, my foot, and I kept the phone. And then I go to the area. I am scared at this point because I see so great speakers. Oh my God. And I'm thinking, oh, crazy Milhana, what are you thinking? Why do you have to listen to this girl, stupid girl? And then I was like, okay, no, I am going to do this. I cannot let my club down. I have to do this. So at that point, my husband was also there. I went and contested and I won the area. And at that point, when they said, and the champion is Milhana Anver, me and my husband are looking and he's like, is it you? I was like, yes, I think it is me. And we are confused. And I'm like, yeah, I won. It was like a big thing. And that was the turning point of my life. Because we sometimes think that someone else is always better than us. We always think we are useless. We can never come up to a certain level that somebody else is. Because we fear of going and making a mistake, and that is okay. Just give yourself that chance to go and contest, because you never know, my friends, you just never know the potential inside you, the power inside you. You just have to take that chance to know how incredible you are. And that is how I knew that I had this potential of speaking and I can do anything if only I put my mind to it. And another thing which I did was I went through the ballot sheet. I just saw what the criteria was. At this point, I never had a coach. I never had a mentor. I just had my crazy brain and my mouth, which was more than enough for me at that time. And I was learning, I was growing, and I became this person I never thought I could ever be. So if I was still hiding in the Maldives, I will not be here talking to you beautiful people today in Islamabad Toastmasters Club. So my fellow audience, I would request you keep working. There is ample enough of resources out there where you could apply to your speeches and become the best version you could ever be of yourself. With that, I hope you chuckled and had fun, and I wish you all the very best, and thank you for listening. Over to you, sir. Taima, are you crying? I'm sorry.
No, by the way, I'm not crying.
Can we ask
By the
question?
way, it was it was by the way very interesting and very well. You are a very jolly personality. Thank you very much for having such a nice educational session. So I would like to have 2 to 3 questions maximum. Toastmaster Jawwad, please organize these 3 Q&A session, and after that, I will request if there are any further more questions, they can ask in the WhatsApp group that we have created, where Toastmaster Milhana is added over there, and they can ask their question directly over there. So 2 to 3 questions. Toastmaster Jawwad, over to you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Ma'am, hats off to you, ma'am. It was such a brilliant session. I want to commend you. The guns are not pointed towards me, and to do that. 3 questions. Virtual raise of hands, please. Anyone? Virtual raise of hands. Reaction thing. Okay, Toastmaster Manali, go, shoot.
Okay. My question is, first of all, I'm very thankful for the very powerful session that you just delivered. My question is, when I am doing the practice and when I am planning my humorous speech, how do I know that audience are going to laugh or not on a particular joke or on a particular thing that I have planned?
Thank you very much for that very effective question. How will you know? You will know if you go to certain, you have to attend certain clubs, ask them for a slot, you do your speeches and get evaluations, because that is very important. I was lucky to be evaluated by over 75 members from different districts, from USA, Bangladesh, England, India, Sri Lanka, so many countries. I was running around like a mad woman, of course, on Zoom. So if I want to know how far my speech is, I have to go asking, knocking on each door, even if they don't open it, knock it, break it, and then ask them to evaluate you, because evaluation plays a major role. So that is when you will know whether your humor would work or not. And if you think your humor is not enough, they will be kind enough to give you more humorous phrases, statements, or words, which will work wonders. So what I would suggest is get some evaluators to evaluate you, and then you will know where you stand. Hope that was
thank you very much.
Good. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, Toastmaster Bilal, go.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Milhana. What a wonderful techniques that you are using, and you motivated actually us to be humorous. So there are 2 questions from my side. A very simple question. Okay, one again, that is instructed by one. The one question that most of the time we have the stories, we have the events in our life, but that events are sometimes not as humorous as it should be to speak. So what do you recommend, that how can we exaggerate that events? Should we exaggerate that events, or what is the best way to deliver, to make the content and make that events even much humorous?
Okay, thank you, sir.
And
Thank you.
sorry, the one question: can we make a mirch masala? Mint, mirch masala. Yeah, that's wonderful. So how do you see it to make it better?
Thank you so much. When you say mirch masala, I remember something called the blue humor. Now, when I say blue, what comes to your mind? And I'm very sure something very naughty comes to your mind, which I do not want to say. Say when you say blue humor, now some people like watching certain movies which has the blue content. So now you cannot use that in Toastmasters. So we know we have some taboo topics which we have to refrain from talking. So if you want to add that mirchiness, so you have to think in a way that is not offensive or does not sound vulgar. So this needs a lot of research, sir. There is, like I mentioned, so much out there where you could research. Now say even there are very naughty topics where if you want to induce it, how do I bring that naughtiness without being vulgar? So there are techniques which you can find out there. And then again, like I said, it is very important to get a mentor or a coach who will tell you where you stand. Because if you feel, now I had around 5-7 mentors who was mentoring me. So everywhere I went, I would ask them, does it sound offensive? Am I saying something correct? Know your audience. You have to know your audience, know your content. If you feel that there is, like, of what I understood from you, sir, you have to be very careful in your narrative, because you do not want to make the audience angry. Now, once there was this gentleman who was talking about a very sensitive topic which put all of us in a very uncomfortable situation. He was trying his level best to make people laugh, but we found it very dirty. So there are certain rules in Toastmasters, like I mentioned, which you have to be very careful in crafting the speeches. Now, like I said, blue humor. Now, if you want to talk about a lady's figure, just without saying anything, you can say, my girlfriend was. So you can do that. So, that will give humor without saying she has this size, that size. No, you will be killed or thrown out of Toastmasters along with me. So you can do that. Now that is not vulgar, but that will add humor. So I hope you can understand what I'm trying to say. So main thing is, if you think your speech does not have that capacity of more humor, go to a mentor, go to a coach, and even go to your children. They will give you critical feedback, which I do. So I hope I answered your question.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am. Last question, Toastmaster Mother. Please, if you can keep it a bit short.
Thank you very much, ma'am. It was a wonderful speech, and a person like me who always think that humor is very difficult, you made it very simple for us to understand. But you said something which really, I noticed it, that humorous speech is different than the stand-up comedy. Can you elaborate on that? I really want to hear about it.
Yes, sir. Now, stand-up comedy is a liners of jokes which has a lot of vulgarism in it. Now, a humorous speech is a very profound, professional speech which has a objective, a purpose. So as Toastmasters, we know we have a criteria where we are supposed to follow. So a humorous speech is a very clean, safe, beautiful speech which would not only entertain the audience but also have some inspirational or motivational value in it. So it is with effect, where you have to, be very careful when you go on stage and do a humorous speech. So I hope you could understand what I'm saying. But stand-up comedies, they just come and they use a lot of jokes included in a stand-up comedy. So that is not what Toastmasters is all about. Toastmasters is all about giving a story to the audience so that they will be able to think and apply it into their daily lives, and maybe found a solution for any problem. Like, we should be able to relate with each other. Like I said, all of us have gone through depression or are going through some sort of a challenge in our life, and you come up with a story, a topic that can change the way we look at certain situations. So that is the difference between a humorous speech and stand-up comedy. I hope I answered your question. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you very much for the questions. I know there are many more questions. I myself have questions, but I hope maybe you will be open to questions later after the meeting or any time in the future. Thank you very much. Thank you for the note, for the very gracious note. Okay, we will just wrap up the prepared speech session. I hope you have voted for the speaker who you think is the best. The speaker who are Toastmaster Muhammad Ali and Toastmaster Alamzad Khan both have qualified. With respect to time, and let us move to our final session, which is the evaluation session. I will give the build-up. What is evaluation? Why is evaluation? That will be done by Toastmaster Muhammad Bilal, our very jubilant, great speaker. Over to you, Toastmaster Bilal.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jawwad, for having such a great session, and especially the prepared speeches and the education sessions. What a wonderful session that was. And coming to the evaluation, as Toastmaster Milhana said, that evaluation is one of the things that can enhance your skills, that can contribute into your skills. Either it's a public speaking skill, it's a humorous a speech, it's a motivational speech, whatever you are thinking about. Evaluation is the thing that can make you even better. So I will keep my session very short because of the time shortage, and I will directly go to our team and for to evaluate our table topic speakers. We have a great evaluators, and he is software engineer by profession and working in one of the top company of IT, and he is seeking to overcome his public speaking, but it's said by him, but I think he is doing a great job, and we would love to have, and please help me welcome Toastmaster Salman for the evaluation of table topics. Stage is yours.
Thank you, TM Bilal, for the introduction. Respected guest and ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. Okay, I will be evaluating the table topic session, but before that, I will commend TM Masaud for stepping up and taking the table topic master role. As due to some reason Numan was not available, TM Numan, so that is a commendable job. So applaud for taking up this role in such short notice. Okay, so coming up to the evaluation, the first table topic speaker, TM Mansoor, the topic was, what is the biggest fear? So he acknowledged the table topic master, and he beautifully covered the topic with supported argument. He gave multiple argument to support his speech, and he followed the speech structure as well in a beautiful way. I would recommend just one recommendation for him, if he could add personal story, because this topic is you can add personal story so people can relate better. So that is just a small recommendation for TM Mansoor. Coming to next speaker, TM Shams. The topic was given to him, China has free market for goods, but not for ideas. Again, he acknowledged the table topic master very well. Although he showed disagreement to the topic, but he the disagreement he supported with valid arguments, and also he added a personal story, which again is a very good and you can relate very well. Just one small recommendation for him was his conclusion was missing somehow. So I guess in his proper speech structure, there should be a proper conclusion. So that was missing. And also one body language can also be improved. I think he was constantly looking upward. I might be the camera direction was somehow, but at least in my view, he was constantly looking upward somehow. So coming to the next speaker, TM Bilal, okay, so the topic was given to him. It is the pursuit of dreams that gives us some sense of fulfillment. Again, he acknowledged the table topic master very well. He added a personal story, and that was the reason I think he was given a speech, and I also watched that video, so I can also relate to that story in which he gave a speech, and that was a wonderful speech. Again, the body language was perfectly fine. The speech structure was perfectly fine. He followed the speech structure. One recommendation: keep coming and keep inspiring us. So that's a small recommendation from my side. Okay, the fourth one, TM Mehroz Aziz. The topic was, we judge ourselves by intention, but the rest of the world judge us by actions. A very wonderful topic. She acknowledged the table topic master, so that's good. Body language was perfectly fine. That she supported his speech with arguments, supported, so that was commendable. There was again vocal variety, so that is also commendable. Again, no recommendation, just keep coming and keep inspiring us. The fifth one, table topic, was TM Alamzeb. The topic was, there is no end to complaints. Again, he acknowledged the table topic master very well. Uh, he explained the topic, and again, one good thing about TM Alamzeb, he came in front of camera, and so that is also a commendable thing he did. Again, just one small recommendation: personal story can be added to this topic, which we can relate in a better way. So that is just a small recommendation for TMLMZ. The sixth one, TM Rahim Mansoor. The topic was, small changes can produce big results. Again, a wonderful topic. He acknowledged the table topic master. Again, he beautifully explained the topic, so that is also commendable. And he ends with this argument, with a quote. So that also something we can that can make your speech more positive and more strengthful. So one small recommendation is, conclusion was missing in his speech, so that is just a small recommendation. So if he could add conclusion, so that would be good. The seventh speaker was TM Noreen. The topic was, no is only yes to a different question. Again, a very difficult topic in my view, but she acknowledged the table talk master, and she beautifully explained the topic. Again, that is a bit difficult topic, and also the structure was followed. No recommendation for her. Keep coming and keep inspiring us. Okay, the eighth one is TM Milhana, who is a guest, and she delivered education session as well. So thank you for that. The topic was, dividing an elephant in half doesn't produce two small elephants. She acknowledged the table topic master added a personal story, which is again a good thing, and she beautifully handled the topic. Again, no recommendation for her. The second last was TM Saad Shoaib. The topic was, if you have everything to choose from, you will get nowhere. Again, he acknowledged the topic, explained in a better way. The structure was followed. No recommendation for him. And the last speaker was guest Kesra. The topic was, what is favorite childhood, your favorite childhood memory. Again, being a guest, she did really well. She added a personal story which we can relate as well, and she did very well. One small recommendation for her is, she didn't acknowledge the table topic, so that she can that's just a slight improvement. That's it from my side. Thank you, General Evaluator TM Bilal. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Salman, for such a great evaluation. So coming to our next evaluator, to evaluate our first speaker, Toastmaster Ali, we have a wonderful evaluator, and she is a lady. And I really love her introduction. While I was reading the introduction, that really impressed me. That she is so passionate to speak, and would love to write the things, and that actually make her heart very happy. The one thing I was motivated, she wanted to explore the world, she wanted to travel the world before her death, but we pray for the long life with the happy and healthy life. So please welcome a very passionate Toastmaster. She is the person I learned a lot from her. She is the one I look up to. So please welcome, after a long time, we are so happy to have her. Please welcome Toastmaster Maharuz. Over to you, Toastmaster Maharuz.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Bilal. Okay, so I'm Assalamu alaikum. Hello, and Assalamu alaikum, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Well, I'm here to evaluate Toastmaster Muhammad Bilal today. In the last session, I was in a bit hurry, so this time I will slow down so you all can hear me properly. So first thing first, he was clear and audible, which is very important when you give out a speech. He had hand gestures. He had a prop that was his phone, which was very important and very effective as well. Having said that, when you open up a speech, you want all the audience to grab the attention, because that is the main point when the audience actually listens to you. Either they would listen to you or they would just sit and just hear you out. So what he did, he was telling them that I am going to tell you a story, I'm going to ask you questions. However, when you give a speech, you do not tell them that I would be telling you a story. I would be asking you questions. Because in a speech, you go with a story. Basically, opening up a story has three ways. You can go with asking a question, you can go with telling a story or narrating any one line, and third, you can quote a quotation. Now, these three things can open up your speech in a really good way, because this is when you grab all the attention. So he had an opening really valuable, something that I wanted to listen further. However, he had a body. A body of speech is important too, because it's story. Now, story is important, but when you quote a personal story, that's something very interesting, because that's relatable. Now, when you can relate to the audience, that means you're connecting to the audience. And connection means you're actually asking or telling or talking to the people that are just sitting in front of you. You're not just saying things. You're just narrating a thing that's personal. Other than that, he had a very good technique that was asking questions. Now, when you ask questions, your audience get interactive. When they get interactive, they get see like, oh, somebody's saying something, we need to answer it. So basically, they get active. Now, when somebody's active in your speech, it means they're actually listening. Most important thing about the speech was that smile. You continued smiling, you had expression, you were shouting. That was something recommended. Why? Because it was something a lot of people don't really do. Expressions are important. Sometimes you have to be loud, but sometimes you have to slow down. Emphasizing on things is important. But when you have a speech, you have three different parts. An opening, a body, and a conclusion. Your opening was a bit weak, had a body. But what about the conclusion? Where was your leadership style? I couldn't really get your leadership style. Now, I did not really understand the purpose of the speech. Overall, your speech was nice, but the purpose of the speech was to identify your leadership style. Your leadership style can be any. You can Google it up, but I can just tell you a bit about it. It can be autocratic, democratic, bureaucratic, transformational. There are a lot of leadership styles that you can choose from. So you had to talk about your leadership style, and then you had to briefly tell that leadership style into your on story. Now that story was brilliant, but sometimes your time is short, so you do not really have to go into detail. So it's important to always remember that you have a limited time. You have to open up a story, you have to put a body, and you can minus things. You do not have to go into details. And then you can include the speech by asking the provoking question so that every person has a food for thought, that is a question, a curiosity in their mind that, okay, that we had this question. For example, you could have ended your speech like, I have found my leadership style. My leadership style is this. What do you think? Which leadership style would you prefer or would you have? You know, it's a food for thought. It's something that's provoking. And you could have opened up your speech maybe with a story that I felt like king of the situation. Why? Because I just found out my leadership style. Overall, the speech was brilliant, but you have things to improve. So work on your opening, I would recommend, and work on your overall. You had a good body language, you had a good body of the story, of the speech, and it was a wonderful thing. Keep it up, and I hope you do wonderful in your upcoming speeches. Over to you, Evaluate.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Maharoj, for such a great evaluation. You are always great. So we have another lady to evaluate, another speaker, the lady that is known as Iron Lady, who is a past president of Islamabad Toastmaster Club. So please help me welcome Toastmaster Noreen to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Alamzeeb. Noreen, stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Alamzeeb Khan, for bringing us along with your leadership style. I really enjoyed your speech. Why? Because I found you confident throughout the speech. I found you, and you were clearly audible and visible throughout your speech, and you maintained very good content, good eye contact. And most importantly, I found all the three components of an effective speech. Number one, a catchy opening in which you asked a question and then you paused for a second and waited for the audience to respond. And in the opening, we were all clear about when you said that I'll share different leadership styles and then I will share my own leadership style so that audience are more clear about that in next 5 to 7 minutes, what we will be going to listen from Toastmaster Alamzeeb Khan. Overall, it was a great speech and we all know there is always room for improvement. So, although we found the opening very catchy, but in the body, we found the leadership myths, different leadership styles, and different leadership styles that actually Toastmaster Alamzeeb Khan think that he possesses. So in my humble opinion, in a 5 to 7 minute speech, it is always recommendable to add 3 important points with subtopics and supporting material can help your audience to understand. And in this story, you have to share your own leadership style. So instead of sharing different leadership styles and myths, it would be great if you could share 1 or 2 of your favorite leadership styles you think are more capable than, and with examples. For example, I have the quality to resolve for conflict resolution. You could share a situation in which how you handled the conflict resolution situation. Second point is that I found you monotonous throughout your speech. I found high tones throughout your speech, but low vocal tones were missing. Like you said, I am empathetic. You could say that I am empathetic so that we can feel more expression. We can feel other expressions as well of the speech. And we all know, my fellow Toastmasters, that body language are also one of the tools for showing transitions throughout your speech. So while moving from leadership myths to leadership, other leadership styles and your leadership style, you could do a purposeful movement so that your audience can also connect and go along with your speech journey. Overall, It was a great speech. I really loved your eye contact, vocal variety, however, a little bit working on content, low vocal variety, and purposeful body movements can lead your speech to even newer heights. I wish you great luck for your future projects. Over to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Noreen, for such a productive evaluation. So coming to our directly goes to, before going that, I would request Toastmaster or Mr. Timer, would you please tell us about the timing? Have
Yes.
all the evaluator are qualified?
Yes, thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Only one evaluator qualified, Toastmaster Noreen. So she will be only qualified.
Okay, it means don't need to give a vote for any speakers. Yeah, that's great. So directly moving to another, our helping roles. Do we have helping roles with us? Toastmaster Amar, would you please
Yes.
help me to know? Yeah, great, wonderful. So starting from grammarian, uh, would you please
Yes.
explain your, yes, would you please? Yes, sir.
So grammarian role was assigned to Toastmaster Rhyme. He had to leave, so he shared some key points which I would share as grammarian to you. So someone said, the big you dream, the big you will achieve. It would be better that the bigger you dream, the bigger you achieve. Someone also said that is applauding the fighter, but actually is applauding the fighter. Uh, uh, Another suggestion is usually my father don't do it. Someone said this. So the more appropriate way to say is my father didn't do it. And one brilliant quote, if you can't find a way, any way that you would be, so any way that you would go would be the right way. That was a quote he shared. So that's all from my side as grammarian. Over to you, Mr. General.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Amar, for taking up the role instantly and giving us the report. That's a wonderful learning for us. And coming to our R counter, Mr. R counter, would you please give us a report of your R? Toastmaster Amar, would you please guide me? Who
Yes,
was the
Toastmaster Azhar, if he is in the meeting, I
Azhar
can.
is here with
Yeah,
us.
yes.
Toastmaster Azhar, are you with us?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Assalamu alaikum, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Azhar Jafri. Today I have been assigned the role of R counter. I am pleased to share my report. 10 speakers are delivered their speeches. I will begin with first speaker. Now, Mr. Mansoor Malik used word one time. Second, Syed Shams used 5 times. Third, Mr. Bilal 2 times. And fourth, Miss Meroz Aziz used 2 times. And Mr. Alamdev Khan used word 6 times. And Rahim Mansoor used 8 times. Miss Noreen Fatma used 4 times. And Miss Milhana used 2 times. And Sahat Shoaib used 3 times. And Miss Kesra, she's guest speaker, used 11 times. No, this was my report. Now over to Toastmaster of evening, Jawwad Rehman. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I will straightly shift to Toastmaster Bilal. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I will directly get up this
Okay, Bilal
role.
sir.
Thank you
And over
so
to
much, Toastmaster Azhar, for your great observation about us. We learned a lot. And thank you so much to all of my team of evaluators and the role players, helping role players, and coming to my overall report. I really love the energy, overall energy in the meeting. That was wonderful, and especially to having a guest speaker education session on a humorous. That was wonderful in overall a meeting. That was a great things to learn about humorous. These are the things even most of the Toastmasters lacking in and looking for to learn such skills. So starting from the one thing that I really loved about that was the before of the meeting. When I entered at 6:20, Toastmaster Amar was there. I would request all of you give a round of applause to Toastmaster Amar for having such a proactive approach. And he was there, he was preparing things. That is one of the best thing of the meeting. And the second thing was the start of the meeting. Meeting was started by Toast Sergeant Masoud with a full of energy and asking a question, "Are you ready?" That was an energetic question that he made. At the same time, I also added the point of improvements at the same time. It could have been better if Sajid Nam switched on the video as them. That could have been even more connected to the audience. That is the one suggestion. And starting to the acting president, acting, I again appreciate Toastmaster Amar for taking this role of president, because president was due to his illness. So you immediately took that role. That was a wonderful thing. And the only suggestion for you is being a president, you could have been, incorporate the more energy, the more enthusiasm that you already have, that just to express that energy. That's the only one thing. And your introduction was great. Overall, you introduced the guests and all about today's session. And coming to our Toastmaster of the day, I really love Toastmaster Jawwad, always love, and was so excited to listen from Toastmaster Jawwad about specifically about humor. But unfortunately, there was a problem in technical glitches. Due to technical glitches, he was not able to express. He is always the B. But he did a great job later on. No worries at all. It happens sometimes, but you did a great job. After all, you managed to do, and you managed to put the energies back to the meeting. That was a good thing later on. And yes, I always praise for your eye contact and the way you were energetic. That matters a lot. Your vibes were, we were feeling your vibes of energy. That was wonderful. The only thing, again, the recommendation is for you as well, specifically for the big threes, that should have joined the meeting 10 minutes while even it's a physical meeting, in-person meeting, or it's a Zoom meeting. One should have joined a minimum of 10 minutes, whoever have the role. That's the only suggestion. Otherwise, you did a great job. And coming to the prepared speeches session, prepared speeches, we really have the great speeches today, the great stories, specifically if I talk about Toastmaster Ali, the way he used his storytelling techniques, that was wonderful. He incorporated the emotions, he incorporated the humor into that. That was wonderful thing. And and Toastmaster Alamzid, he is always, his topic was very great, the leadership. The one thing that I really admire about his speech, that was the don't underestimate the leaders. Leaders can be made any at any age, at any time, at anywhere. That was a wonderful thing about. And the energy, I always love his energy in speeches. And toast table topping master, give a round of applause to Toastmaster Masood for having immediately, this is the beauty of actually Toastmasters. Toastmasters are always ready to put on any hat of any role. That was a wonderful thing by Toastmaster Masood. Keep doing thing. I really love the way you took this chart. The only, again, the suggestion is the one thing, the always while in the Zoom, always switch on your video whenever you have the role, whenever you have the stage to speak, because every person really love to see you. Every person really loves to connect with you, and being by switching on your video, this is the best way to connect with others, because we are only a foot away from our your camera. That's the one thing that yes. The other suggestion for you in future is try to avoid the giving the speeches, table topics, giving the speeches to the role players. Actually, in today's session, there were 5 role players, including me, that got a chance to speak. Even there were we had a guest as well. There could have been better to give the chance to them. That could have been even better. That's the only thing that we can improve. Overall, it was great meeting. And the one thing I overall give the suggestion to all of Toastmaster, while because virtual meeting is something else. This is our stage. Actually, this era is our stage. So we consider this screen. This is our stage. So we should place ourselves in the center of this stage. That's the one thing where you can connect with the. This is the beautiful thing about virtual. You can connect. You are exactly even less than a foot behind. You can connect with the people. So you can use the camera techniques in within that. And early preparation, that is the only thing. Early, make always be prepared, because there are a lot of time. We all if we multiply the 2 hours into the audience, it is great. It's a huge time, and we must be prepared. We must be ready to give something. Whenever we speak, whenever we open our mouth, there is something to give to the audience, to the people with us. That's the only suggestion. Overall, I really loved the meeting, the overall energy. Specifically, I would again thanks to Toastmaster Milhana to have a great session, very energetic and very full of learning session. I can feel your smile, your vibe, positive vibes. That's a wonderful thing. Keep smiling, keep coming. It's great to have you. Over to back to acting President Toastmaster Ammar.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bilal. As General Evaluator, you mentioned a lot of points that I think are very important, and I have learned a lot. And I will try to maintain my energy as well, because it's a bit cold, so it is difficult sometimes, but I will try to manage it somehow. So that concludes our meeting, but I would like to take some few words from our guests and also the guest speaker. Then I will hand over the meeting to our current president for a thank you note as well. So from the guest, if I may take the comments, ma'am, Toastmaster guest Kestra, if you can please share a few words about the meeting. Over to you.
Sure, sure. So this is actually second online meeting that I'm attending, and I found every bit of it very interacting and entertaining at the same time. And all of you guys, all those speeches, all those table talks, they pretty much have made my mind and to come and join you people in person.
That's very great. We welcome you as we will welcome you as a member as well. So you can contact our VP membership, who is Toastmaster Jawwad Rehman, after the meeting. So I think all the guests, there are not many guests. So I would like to have comments from our guest speaker, Toastmaster Milhana Anver, how she find out, how she felt about the meeting. And thank you so much for having a wonderful education session for us. Over to you, ma'am, for some comments.
So much, sir. I felt like I am home. Initially, when I saw all the gentlemen, I felt like, oh my goodness, how am I going to speak? They look so serious. But when they started smiling, I was like, okay, they are nice people. They are not going to eat me. So I felt really comfortable. I felt very welcomed. So for that, thank you so much. Please keep smiling, because if not, I would have got scared and run away, which you did a brilliant job. I loved the speakers, especially the 2 prepared speeches. It was amazing. I really learned so much. The table topics was great. Each and every individual who played their role did justice to the roles. So I think it is a great session overall, where I would love to visit some other time as well. So I would like to wish you all the very best. Keep smiling and not scaring anybody else. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am Milhana. It was a wonderful session, and we hope to see you whenever we have an online session again. So with that, I think I would like to also have comments from Toastmaster Mahrooz. She is our member. She was our member, but she shifted to another city. So please share your feedback about the meeting, ma'am Mahrooz. Over to you.
So it was really wonderful to come back on the stage. I haven't been here for the longest. It was lovely meeting you all again, not in person, but online. And I hope one day I'll be there as a person too. But best of luck for your future meetings. And I hope to see you all again soon.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful having you. So I would like to hand over this meeting to our President Toastmaster Abrar for a few comments and vote of thanks. Over to you, Toastmaster Abrar.
Thank you. Thank you very much. First of all, I'm thankful to Milhana Anver for accepting our request and honor us to be the part of this meeting. And the way she explained to add humor within your speech is marvelous. Because today we have learned many things, especially the dark humor, because the dark humor is a very big challenge to cater with. And this is something we learned from you today, plus some other humorous techniques. I'm very thankful to you that you honored us, you came over, because I was very confused, and I talked to DTM Umair Malik, our district director, that I'm looking some person who has some winning in the humorous speech contest. Do you know anyone? Because at district 122 we had the humorous speech contest only in club levels. Only this year we are going to have at district level, so we have to have a person who have good knowledge as far as the humorous speech is concerned, and you have mashallah very good skills in humor. The way you speak, you're a very jolly person, should I say, very jolly person, very active, very lively, and that actually need to add humor within your speech. And this is something I literally liked about your speech. I'm sorry that I couldn't join in the beginning. I couldn't welcome you in the beginning. The reason I'm still having fever, though after having Ponstan 4, it's being little down, but I'm okay, quite a bit okay. So I will request now to vote for the best of Big 3, and best of Big 3 were the Toastmaster of the day. It was Toastmaster Jawwad. Then who was table topic master? It was Numan Khan, but later it was done by Masaud Shah. And last but not the least, the general evaluator, Toastmaster Muhammad Bilal. So I will request all the present members for the time being, please vote personally directly to Toastmaster Ammar for best of Big 3. And it has to be done before. We are much behind the time right now. It's getting late. I know you must be hungry, though I have my food, the khichdi. So now, Ammar, kindly please let me know who's the winner. In the meanwhile, I'm going to share my screen. First of all, okay. So can you see my screen?
It's
Can you
yeah,
see my screen? Hello?
of course
Am I
we can
audible?
see. We can see the
Yeah,
screen, and
okay.
also we can listen
So,
to you.
well, certificate of appreciation. I'm proudly presenting to Toastmaster Milhana Anver for delivering an education session at Islamabad Toastmaster Club, and letting our member to be known with the humor that can be added within a speech, the techniques, and all the things you have just forwarded in for our Toastmasters. Thank you very much for that participation. Now, I'm going to share the other roles. Okay. So, Toastmaster Mark, can you please share the name of Best of Big 3?
Yes, please. I would like to announce, or you will share the screen as
Yeah, well, just
announce
okay,
the
fine.
names.
Okay, fine. Let me add first on certificate, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. So the best table topic award goes to Toastmaster Milhana Anver. Now, the best prepared speaker, Toastmaster Alamzeb Khan. Best critic choice, the critic choice award that is being awarded by judging a speaker based on the international ballot of prepared speech, and that award also goes to Toastmaster Alamzeb Khan. Best evaluator award goes to Toastmaster Noreen Fatima. And best of Big Three award goes to Toastmaster Muhammad Bilal. With that, I'm going to hand over today's meeting back to the presiding officer, acting presiding officer, Toastmaster Ammar Ahmed, to please officially adjourn the meeting.
Thank you so much, President Abrar. With that, I thank you all for joining the meeting. Special thanks to our guest speaker, Toastmaster Milhana. And it was a wonderful session. I enjoyed a lot. So I think everyone has to get their dinner and it's very late. So I officially adjourn the meeting and have a great night, everyone. Over. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Allah Hafiz.
Our next meeting is happening physically on next Tuesday, and the recording of the education session will be shared within the group. Everyone